Smiling faces, the family way. Margaret Lewin Quilting will make your day.
Hi, I'm Margaret Lewin, and welcome to Margaret Lewin Quilting. I know this video doesn't have a thing to do with quilting, but what it does have to do with is Dutch lettuce, which is an absolute family favorite of ours. We love making Dutch lettuce. We love eating Dutch lettuce. And on the Sunday lives, you guys kept saying to me, make us Dutch lettuce, make us Dutch lettuce. So here we go. I'm going to make you Dutch lettuce. So if you'd like to see how we do it, stick around and I'll show you. Here it comes. I've got I have 3 pounds of bacon here. I'm probably going to use 2 of it, and we like the thick cut bacon the best. I have grade A extra large eggs, just plain eggs, a head of lettuce, and a 5-pound bag of potatoes, and then I have white vinegar over here. Now, you don't need this big of a container. That's just what I have. You can also use apple cider vinegar. Now, my husband likes the apple cider vinegar the most. So what I will do is I will put a cup of apple cider vinegar and a cup of regular vinegar on the table when we go to eat, because then they can add the vinegar that they want. I also need just plain old salt and pepper. Okay, so the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to preheat the oven, get that going, and I'm going to bake my I'm going to bake my bacon in the oven. The other thing that I'm going to do while I'm starting the bacon is I am going to peel my potatoes and get those boiling. I will cut them up into pieces, chunks, not real tiny, but just plain chunks. If I remember, I'll show you. But anyhow, this is what you need to make Dutch lettuce. So off I go to cook the bacon. When you cook your bacon, do not throw away your grease. I grabbed one of my Pyrex measuring cups for my grease because I'm going to need that later on. So I'll get this stuff going, and I'll see you back here when I have my potatoes done, my eggs done, and my bacon done. And then we will just kind of throw it all together. So I'll see you then. All right, we've cut up the eggs, so those are all cut up. I've cut the lettuce up. We have to wilt the lettuce. We got the bacon fat, we got the lettuce all cut up, we got the eggs cut up. And the bacon's behind me. I got one more tray to do. So we have to heat this up so that it's very, very hot. Then we'll pour it over the lettuce, and it will wilt it. And then we'll add the potatoes to that and put it together. I'll come back and show you the next step, but I wanted to show you where we were at. We're gonna start putting this together. I now have added the bacon. You just kind of break it up with your hands. It gets real greasy, but you deal with it. I have the grease cooking in the microwave. Bob said that we're doing it with apple cider vinegar tonight. So as soon as the grease is ready, I'm gonna dump it on this lettuce. See right here, my lettuce? It's gonna wilt it. Then I'm gonna put it in there, and I'm gonna add the potatoes, salt and pepper, mix it up, and dinner's done. So we're almost there. We have white vinegar right here. Can you see that? No. The apple cider vinegar, and I have white vinegar. One of the most important things when you make this is that the grease from the bacon, when you cook the bacon, remember, you've got to save the grease. When you go to put that grease, I'm pouring it over the lettuce, it is used to wilt the lettuce. So you need to make sure that that grease is really hot. So you get it as hot as you possibly can. You pour it over your lettuce, and then you mix it up. And what this does is this wilts that lettuce. So here I am. I just mixed it up. I'm going to add a little bit more. Then once I've added a little more, I'll mix it some more. Then I will add it to the already chopped up bacon and the cut up eggs. Now on the bacon, when I cut that up, I just simply break it up in my hands. You can see it's pretty crispy. You want it crispy, okay? I'm gonna mix this up. Once I get it pretty good and mixed up, the next thing I'm gonna do is add my hot potatoes. Now, it's best to add the potatoes when they're really, really hot, because what will happen is they will also aid in wilting that lettuce up. So once I've added them, I'm going to take what's called a potato masher. It's what my grandmother used to use to make mashed potatoes. And I start mashing them up. I do not mash them completely, but I do mash them to the point that they're pretty broken up. I also use the masher in this like twisting motion to help mix up my Dutch lettuce, and it really does work. You can see I just kind of push everything all around. My family does like the potatoes pretty big. They don't like it real tiny. Now, your family might like more grease than my family likes, and that's just fine. I always add a little bit of salt and pepper to it when I'm mixing it up, but then I put the salt and pepper on the table so that my family can add what they want to it. So here I am just adding that salt and pepper, and then the last thing I'll add to it is vinegar. Now I'm going to add a little bit of the apple cider vinegar to it. Then what I will do is, just like with the salt, the pepper, and the bacon grease, I'll put some on the table so that if people want to add more, they can. So here comes the apple cider vinegar. And I don't put a ton on there because I know different people in my family like different amounts. So I just used maybe half of that cup. I'll fill that back up before I put it on the table. And that is all there is to making Dutch lettuce. So I hope you get out some potatoes and some bacon and some eggs and a head of lettuce and make your family some Dutch lettuce, because I gotta tell you, it's one of those wonderful comfort foods that we really like here in our household. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you back again really soon. In the meantime, I'm gonna go eat some Dutch lettuce. Bye!